What's up YouTube, this is the Allworld-Gamer. Today I'm bringing you the new Warframe, Chroma, Master of the Elements. And in order to acquire Chroma, you can either buy them outright for Platinum, or you can get the component blueprints by progressing through the new Strange questline. And to start this, you're going to need to be a Master Rank 5 and have completed the Stolen Dreams questline. And if you haven't already done so, you need to grab yourself a Volt Helmet, an Ember Helmet, one Frost Chassis, and one Saren System. All of which you're going to have to craft and use in the component blueprint for Chroma. And if you couldn't already tell, Chroma is able to deal electric, heat, cold, and poison damage, all of which are based on his energy color. So to deal electric damage, you're going to need blue and purple hues. To deal heat damage, you're going to want red, magenta, browns, oranges, and bright yellow hues. If you're going to do cold damage, you're going to want the white, gray, black, and some faded colors. And for poison, you're going to need the green, lime, teal, and dark yellow hues. At rank 30, Chroma has a base stat of 300 health, 225 power, 350 armor, second only to Valkyr, and a shield capacity of 300. He comes with a dash and a V polarity and a V polarity aura. And Chroma isn't the fastest Warframe, but he's nowhere near as slow as Frost or your regular Rhino. Chroma's first ability, Elemental Scream, allows him to unleash a continuous stream of elemental damage in front of him. The damage type is of course dependent on your energy color. Elemental Scream has an initial cost of 10 energy and will consume 5 energy per second. At max rank, you also have the 60% chance to inflict that elemental status chance on the targets. While Chroma is channeling this ability, he's immune to knockdown and other forms of crowd control. At first glance, this ability looks good, but the range is only 10 meters at max range, and on top of that, your movement speed is reduced, you can't use your ranged weapon, you can't use your melee weapon, you have to be practically on top of the target in order to get anything out of this. I would say that this ability was poor at best and has an extremely limited utility, but that's okay because Chroma's other abilities more than make up for this. Chroma's second ability, Elemental Ward, has a base cost of 50 energy. Depending on Chroma's elemental alignment, an offensive area of effect is created. Heat creates a flame aura and increases health. Electric increases shield and absorbs damage before discharging and shocking a single target. Toxin emits an aura of nauseous fumes and increases your current stamina. And cold increases your armor, creating an ice shield that reflects damage back at the enemy. Elemental Ward also affects nearby allies, giving Chroma the impression of a team player, but the range is so short that it's really not worth trying to mod for. Chroma's next ability, and probably his most important ability, is Vex Armor. When shields are damaged, you gain the buff Scorn, which increases your armor. When health is damaged, you gain the buff Fury, which increases your damage. Chroma's final ability is Effigy. It costs 50 energy to cast and drains 10 energy per second. Chroma sheds his outer pelt, converting it into a sentry that will attack nearby enemies, and enemies that are killed by the sentry have a chance to drop additional credits. While Effigy is active, Chroma gains 20% movement speed, but you lose 50% of your armor. Now for the build. Here's how I like to build Chroma. Going with the Frost build, Chroma can take an amazing amount of damage. That being said, I think that makes him perfect for melee, so I've gone with the Steel Charge. At the same token though, in order to become a great tank, he has to take some damage. So at the same time, rejuvenation might also be a good idea here. However, if you go with a lifesteal on your weapon, it more than makes up for it. So to ensure that I had the ability to switch, I added 3 former, 2 Ds, and a dash polarity. And this allowed me to run this build with plenty of slots left over, even with the negative dash polarity in the aura slot. So, Elemental Ward and Vex Armor greatly increase Chroma's survivability. So to get those to last as long as possible, I've added a Prime Continuity, Narrow-Minded, and Constitution. And this build has plenty of room for you to take those all the way to the top. I've added a Prime Foil for plenty of energy, Steel Fiber to further increase his armor, Vitality to increase his health, and Vigor to give you 420 shield. And this is important because you need 400 points of shield damage in order to get the max Scorn buff. So if you look at the stats here, this build puts you at about 665 armor. And if you look at this chart, at 665 armor, you're only taking about 33% damage. With Vex Armor and Elemental Ward up, you're taking somewhere between 20 and 10% depending on how strong the build is, so you're not taking much damage at all. This build also works well with a Toxin build because it increases your stamina and reduces your stamina cost. So for melee, this allows you to block and channel for days. So for my fire build, this build has some pros and cons. So on the negative side, you've got no duration, and it leaves you with only a couple seconds on your elemental ward and vex armor. But on the positive side, you can continue to cast elemental ward, and with heat as your chosen element, you can heal yourself after only a few seconds. And your FG is going to do significantly more damage, making them a little worthwhile to use in higher level gameplay. For my electrical build here, I've swapped my vitality for my redirection since it'll be primarily affecting my shield. I've added blind rage and intensify to increase that lightning bolt damage. I've added a streamline to kind of counteract that a little bit, and I've brought back prime continuity and constitution to increase our duration a little. And so with this build here, those lightning shocks do some pretty significant damage. And the best thing about Chroma is that he's so versatile, he's so unique. I would imagine you could mod Chroma 100 different ways. These few builds here are just what I've messed around with so far. These are the builds that I enjoy playing with. Please don't take this as the prime and only way to build Chroma, because he's extremely versatile. Find out what works for you and mod him the way you like. So with that being said, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, because I'll be back with more Warframe.